Welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and in this video, we are going to be taking a look at the full public release version of the OBS 3500. Now, this is a brand new truck release by Diesel Addict 66. It is fully console friendly, and we are going to go ahead and fire it up, take it for a drive, and then also get it into the garage. And technically, we're going to get it into the garage first, and then we're going to take it for a drive. Now, I also want to go ahead and let you guys know that if I sound like I'm being a little bit more quiet than normal in this video, it's actually because as I record this, it's very late at night. So, with that being said and done, let's go ahead and fire this thing up and get it inside the garage. It sounds so good. Like, this truck has always had a really, really nice tone to it. I know that a lot of you guys may have seen this truck before in my live streams, but the cool thing is that now in this particular variant of the truck, it's got even more customization than it did when I first started using it in the streams. So, straight on into the engines. So, we have the 5.9 liter B Series, we have the 6.4 liter B Series Stroker, and then we have the 6.4 liter twin turbo stroker. Now, this thing, it's got the use at your own risk tagline on it, which, knowing Diesel, use at your own risk basically means you're going to be sending it everywhere you go. So, let's go ahead and throw a slightly different transmission in it. I'm probably going to go with either the A1000 6-speed or maybe the 8-speed heavy tow. Probably the A1000 6-speed because this one is experimental and this one is also experimental. So, when they say experimental though, that usually means super speed. And this one is probably going to be a little bit more of an all-rounder. So, we're going to go ahead and go with that. Now, suspension-wise, you got a couple of different options. You have stock with mild flex, but it's not recommended for heavy towing. Then you have the trail suspension, which Diesel says good luck breaking this one, which when Diesel says good luck breaking this one, good luck breaking it, because it's freaking Diesel, and Diesel absolutely goes nuts on his suspension setups. Then you have the tow suspension. Now, this one is what you're going to be using if you're going to be hauling goosenecks, or really anything with any hefty amount of weight. I'm going to actually set this one up with the trail suspension, and then we will explore the towing capabilities of this truck in a separate video. So let's go ahead and put the trail suspension on it, and then tires-wise, you're going to start off with a 35-inch XZL, then that's going to go through a couple of different other 35s, like the mud terrains, which are definitely BFG-based, and then these, which are the wild dualies. Then you have that same tire over again in a 39. Then you have the grapple dualies, which actually, those look really, really good. Then you have the Maxxis M9060s. These are going to be your OP designated tires. Then you have the 46-inch wide mil-specs. And finally, the 46-inch mud terrains. Now, I really like the 46-inch mud terrains, and I think those are going to be the ones that we'll go with. I also really like the mil-spec wide, but I also would like to try, I think, you know what? We're going to save these grapple dualies for a future towing video a little bit later on, but I really like the way they look. So we're going to go ahead and go with the 46-inch mud terrain. And then winch-wise, you've got your stock offline winch, you have your extended range, your max range, and your extra power offline. We're going to go with max range and power because that's, I think, is going to be the one that a lot of people are going to use because really, to be honest, I think when we're using a truck like this, unless we are going for a particularly balanced or particularly tailored experience, usually max range and power offline is the one that I usually tend to go with. So let's go ahead and jump into the snorkel selection now. I actually really dig the custom snorkel. That one is really well done. Now, frame add-ons wise, you've got a gooseneck hitch, you've got a dually bed that you can run, you've got a custom flatbed, couple of different custom flatbeds actually, although it looks like that those custom flatbeds are not designed for this particular suspension because the truck sits back a lot when you have it on the trail riding suspension, at least when you put those flatbeds on it, which I get it, I understand. This particular suspension just wasn't made for that. Now, bumpers-wise, you've got a rear chrome bumper, police pursuit bumper, stock, HD, custom. I think we're going to go with, actually, you know what? I think we're going to go with the HD ranch bumper in the back. Now, let's see. What do we have for... I like the small parking lights, but I also like the round parking lights. I think we're going to go with the small parking lights. Then stripes-wise, I mean, you've got so many options. It's insane. I think what we'll probably do is we won't do those for now, but we'll go back and mess with them later. Now, we're going to go ahead and throw... I'm back and forth. I'm so back and forth on whether I like the stock hood or the cowl hood better. Both of them are open and closable, so it really doesn't matter. You're still going to get that interaction with the truck. So I think I'm going to go with the cowl hood on this one. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. So you can actually tailor this truck's interior to basically have either the interior of an automatic or the interior of a manual. And to tailor it that way, like let's say you wanted this thing to be a manual on the interior, you can actually get rid of the column shifter, go ahead and put in your GPS, go ahead and put in your manual shifter, and then also put in your tuning tablet, and now, voila, your truck's a manual, which is so freaking sick, by the way. Now, body-wise, we have, let's see, body molding, different cab lights. Actually, these are probably my favorites. I like these a lot. Now, door badges, we'll go ahead and throw those on there. I love the caption. You didn't want people to confuse this with the 1500, did you? I don't know. I think they would have a pretty hard time confusing it. I mean, looking at it, I don't know. But I will still put the badges on there. Now, let's see. We've also got the classic roof visor, which I'll go ahead and throw that on too. And then let's see. Custom skull window on the back. We've also got another, basically like a kind of partially transparent window banner for the rear window. We've got a flame dude, partially transparent rear window banner. And yet again, another rear window sticker. And then now let's see. We've got the Aussie bumper, which is interesting. We've also got the weighted Aussie bumper. My favorite bumper on this thing is the toe loops. I love the way it looks. It literally looks like it was meant to be there. It's so, so, so good. Now, let's see. Angled sun visor, not going to mess with that, although I do really like the addition of the modern tow mirrors. Now, toolboxes-wise, let's see. Spare fuel tank, and then also... Oh, I got you. So, custom toolboxes on the sides of the bed to also go with your spare fuel tank. And then exhaust-wise... Let's see, we can do the bull hauler stacks, we've got dual dozer stacks, we've got dual miter stacks, ground exit exhaust, single hood stack, we've got a single miter stack. I'm going to do the dual dozer stacks, and then from there, I'm going to go with these competition wheels, and then we're probably going to set it up with a nice, like, either, like, kind of, like, gray, silver, blue. I like how this truck, actually, I really like how this truck looks in the gray. I know it, like, to some people, it might be kind of a boring color, but, like, I don't know. I think it works, especially with the red wheels. All right, so now, let's fire this thing up and put it through some tests. But before we do that, there's one thing I want to do with it that you may not have been expecting, but I think it's totally fitting. God, this thing has so much torque, and also... Look at how much movement there is in the suspension. And look at the links and the arms and the coilovers and everything. That is wild. Holy. When you get into the power with the max engine and you're on the soft suspension, holy crap, this thing sits. It absolutely just like squats down. All right, now let's see. Oh my. The flex. What? Dude, and look at the articulation of the arms and everything under here as well. Wow, that's amazing. And the movement of the axle and all, dude, all the moving parts in this truck are absolutely incredible. Now, I think it's only fitting that while we're here in this thing, we may or may not be about to crush the stock 1500 unless, wow, wanted to run away. It's not going to get away that easily. Nope. You're going to come back with me. Oh my God. Come on. Yep. Is the suspension on that thing already broken? Oh my God. I think it is. We get it out of the garage. A little bit of damage later. It's fine. It's all good, right? And 3, 2, 1. Sending it. Oh my God! Well, we're throwing it for a bit of a loop. Come on! I feel like Diesel Addict would be proud. I feel like Diesel Addict would definitely be proud. All right, let's go ahead and bring it out of the river now. And I'm going to yeet it into the... Oh, God. It's trying to get its revenge on me. It's coming back for me. Oh, my God. Come on. Oh. Oh. Here we go. I love how it's still back there, although it's probably not going to run after this. I doubt it. Are you going to let me park on top of you now? No. Oh, my God. All right. Well, either way, we destroyed a stock 1500. We may not have been able to crush it, but we destroyed it through other ways. Now, let me go ahead and repair this thing, both visually and mechanically, and take it through a little bit of a run through the rocks. Now, these tires should actually do really well on the rocks, and oh my God, for a long wheelbase rig especially, this thing is so capable in the rocks. That is amazing. Oh, and that horn is so sick. Can we, like, not tip? Oh, God. Actually terrifying. Okay, there we go. Dude, we were literally this close to rolling it over. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was freaking close. All right, come on, let me make my way up the rock. Again, I would really like to not have this be a, yep, there we go. Completely and entirely my fault on that one, by the way. Completely and entirely my fault. And I take full responsibility for what happened right there. All right, let me go ahead and see if I can actually winch to that tree, like if it's solid. Oh, good, it's actually solid. I'm so bad about finding all of the non-solid winch points, especially if I'm trying to winch when I'm not looking. So I'm really glad that we actually found a winch point that was legit, basically. Do we have enough momentum to roll it over? No, we do not, which means we're going to have to continue to... God dang it. Yep, I love the solid, the not solid winch points, because that's totally, like, totally a necessary thing. Totally. Oh. Oh. Please no. Oh my God. Yeah, that's about as sad as it gets right there. Whoa. Okay, well, that got me closer to being flipped over, I think. Oh my God, please. No! I was right there! We were literally right freaking there. All right, hold on. You're gonna get repaired, and then we're gonna hit the mud pit. Because, oh my God, that was a freaking adventure. Now, as far as these tires do in the mud, they're not gonna be super insane. They're not gonna be like, you know, like absolutely obliterate everything, but they are definitely going to be better than your standard run-of-the-mill tire for sure. Now, if you want a tire that goes absolutely nuts, I would get the M9060, but as you can see, I mean, even in high, these things don't do too bad at all. They absolutely freaking rip in the mud. Now, this truck should do an incredible job through the dips obstacle, I'm sure. But on the way to the dips obstacle, we're going to do something a little bit different, and we're actually going to cruise through these little flex panels. These are really neat because you can actually get a really good look at what the suspension is doing on the truck and how much articulation it actually has, because this thing, I mean, for a rig this huge, you just don't expect this level of articulation. Like, you almost never do. And that's honestly because a lot of trucks this size never get modified to have this level of articulation. However, I am really glad that Diesel did what he did when he made this truck, because, oh, dude, it is always such a blast to take a full-size rig that is this big down some, like, you know, tight, gnarly rock crawling trails. Look at that manual shifter. That looks so freaking good. Oh my God, I love that. Fully, like, modeled and rendered out dash. You got a place for beans. You got your GPS. Oh, dude, I am so all about this truck. This truck came out so well, and I cannot say enough incredible things about what Diesel did with this rig. Because, like, it can be a full-size trail rig, or it can be a tow rig, or it can be a scout rig, or it can be a mud truck. It can literally fill every single one of those roles, and a truck that can do that well is genuinely, truly impressive. It absolutely, like, scoots when you give it the beans, too. And now, granted, if you wanted this thing to be a little bit slower, you could totally run, like, the standard engine, for example, but, oh god, y'all know I like to go with the most powerful option most of the time. Now, taking this thing off the bridge jump is going to be very interesting because I feel like we're going to end up in the trees with how much speed we're about to create. And actually, yeah, we're going to, is this the 8-speed? Yes. We're going to throw the 8-speed in there and see what happens. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the bridge jump, essentially, we have to stay, oh my god, we have to stay in interior cam for, like, the first 3/4 of it, because otherwise the camera will glitch, but send it! You know, that's not as far as I expected to go, but that's probably because of the fact that this really soft suspension soaked up a lot of the launch of that ramp, but either way, it handled the landing insanely well. But if you guys are looking for an OBS Chevy that is, like, so incredibly powerful, very customizable, and ready to go right out of the box, definitely check out the OBS 3500. And if you enjoyed the video and you would like to see more, make sure you hit that like button and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And also, make sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on. But that's going to do it for this one, y'all, and I will see y'all next time.